All right, so sometimes you get a drawing and here's a Scooby model sheet. The drawing that the guy was supposed to draw is supposed to be this, but his drawing came out like this. And there's lots of little errors and mistakes on it. Now, what you have to do as the assistant or the cleanup guy, you try to rub it down, making the lines a little bit lighter so you can go over it and correct it. But what you find is that this particular blue pencil, this is the 1276, it's very hard to rub it down convincingly. So what you might want to do instead is take a clean sheet of paper, put it on top, and redo the drawing that way. And you can use like a light blue pencil to do that, which would be the 1283 light blue. Now, as you can see, I can kind of see through this, but let's get a light source underneath it so we can see it a lot easier with this handy dandy light board here. And we plug it in, touch the magic button, and there we have light. I tell you, light. And now we can actually see the drawing underneath. So what you do is you look carefully at the model sheet, take that out, and you start by breaking it down into the simple shapes. The shape of his head is this diamond. And you can do a line like this. Now, if the light blue pencil is not showing up on the white paper the way you want, one of the tricks we learned was to put a sheet of paper in between like this, and that cuts down on how much of the underdrawing is showing through, but you can still see it, but it's not as strong. And now you can continue along, and you can see the drawing underneath, but you can also see the drawing that you're doing a lot better. And now you can make your light blue drawing ready for cleanup. There's a line that goes across here, and we go down like this, and it looks like it comes down there, and then one eye goes up, and then this one comes down here, and then there's a line that goes from underneath his eye, and then the other eye needs to touch that eye, which the guy didn't do. So you, as the assistant, the cleanup artist, you get to do the correction. And here's one pupil, and then the other pupil like this. And you try and keep it as close to that model sheet as you can. This line curves around. He has an eyebrow that comes up and comes down. I'm putting a little bit of a curve in there just to suggest the curvature of his face. And then this eyebrow goes up and down like that. Let's see if I can get this into the shot so you can see the drawing that I'm copying from a little easier. So this ear comes up like this and then goes up with a little curve like that, and then down, and a nice curve here into his head, right? Now, we bring this part down like that. He's got some wrinkles above his eyebrows that go up and across here, and another one like this. And it looks like his head should actually end right about like that, which would bring this line in to here. And then the line for his other ear comes out. There's a nice curve hump here. And then this line like this, across like that. And then that. Now under here, there's his ear. And we look at the center line, and his center line here is actually a little off center, so it goes slants over to the right. And then this line comes down and up. And then there's a bit of darkness for the open mouth. And then like this. You want to make a nice curve under, like that. And then he's got his little bumps underneath. Now the top of his head, we have to make sure that when we clean this up, we don't pick the wrong line. So erase that, make sure this line is dark enough. It comes in like here. And then his neckline comes right above his ear. And what you want to do is draw through that and go straight across like that. And then the line from here comes right over like that. So now you've got your drawing that's corrected, and you want to check your shapes to see that this line comes up and this one goes around like that. And what you can do now is turn off the light, get some more paper underneath so that you've got a nice smooth cushion surface underneath for your cleanup. And we can clean it up right on this page. And let's use one of the new Blackwings and try that. So if you got a little bit heavy-handed with the blue, you can do, like I said on the other video, rub it down. Just take your eraser and just hit it very lightly, so you can still see the blue line, but it's not as heavy as it was. And you make your decisions as to which lines are going to be heavy lines. With the Blackwing, you don't need to press down so hard. You get a nice dark line without so much pressure, so you're not exactly putting a ton of pressure on your hands. And then this line comes across like this. So, like I said, you don't have to put a lot of pressure on, and you'll get a nice fat line there. You leave these lines inside the head a little bit lighter. And this line comes down, and it looks like it gets a little bit thicker as it comes to the bottom. And we curve over like this. There we go. Get a nice round shape there. This line comes down from the ear, and this line comes out for his cheek, and then down. It looks like there's some thickness on the line there, so let's duplicate that here. Now, bottom of the nose has some thickness on that line, so we'll keep that in. Kind of like that. And we'll come up to make that. Come down with a slanted line like this. Up. These are not just lines, these are shapes, these are volumes. Now let's do the eyebrows. I gave them a bit more of a curve than what's on the model sheet, just so that it looks like it's something that wraps around his forehead. And now for the eyes. It's a little bit thicker on the top part of the eyeball. A little bit thicker on the top part of the eyeball, like that. And then the actual pupil. Thin lines here around the eye. And let's finish off with the line that goes across. And then the neck. And the top of the neck. And that's how you would correct a drawing in dark blue pencil. Just get a clean sheet of paper, redraw it in light blue, rub it down a bit, and clean it up using Blackwing or the pencil of your choice, whichever one you like. So there's our Scooby drawing. And you guys just keep on drawing, keep having fun, and we'll see you on the next video.